Hello, hi, this is a new video. Wow. So today I'm going to be starting a new sketchbook, which I'm very excited about. I just started filming part of it, and I wrote the date that I start this on, which is the 30th of November. And then I realized no one could hear me, so I'm starting the video over, and this is where we are. But I'm not using like an actual desk that's like good or anything, so if it shakes, that's because I probably hit it with my leg. And my camera mic picks up like the smallest little things in the world, so this is gonna be, there was a dog. This is gonna be like hashtag ASMR, except for I can't be quiet. So I guess we'll just start. I just decided I'm gonna draw myself, and I think I'm gonna draw myself doing a cute little like, sitting down, you know, really vibing it out. But yeah, I'm really excited to start a new sketchbook. I haven't finished a sketchbook in like ages, and I mean like ages. I got one during the summer because I was like, I want to try and draw more. Well, I honestly have like a stack of like unused sketchbooks because like I feel like everyone can relate to this. When you're an artist, nobody ever knows what to get you except for sketchbooks and like art supplies, and so I've gotten a sketchbook for my birthday and Christmas every single year. So I have a bunch of sketchbooks, and I used to burn through them like it was literally nobody's business. And then I just kind of stopped drawing. Like I was super unmotivated all the time, and it just was not happening. But I have recently, as in like a few months ago, started getting really into drawing and stuff, and it's been making me very super happy. So I've actually finished a sketchbook, which I will probably hopefully do a sketchbook tour of. I've always wanted to do a sketchbook tour, like since I was like 11 watching Drawing with Wobbles. I've always wanted to do a sketchbook tour. It's like they're my favorite. I love them so bad. And yeah, anyways, I feel like I'm really bad at drawing and talking at the same time, and I don't like how this is turning out. Oh, so anyways, I feel like, I know people talk about this, but like my sketchbooks are like the complete opposite of like anything aesthetic at all. Like it just is not happening, and I think that's like a good thing, but that really held me back for a long time, was trying to make my sketchbooks like super pretty and beautiful, because that's just like not how my sketchbooks ever have been. They've always been like incredibly messy. I'm honestly not like the most confident artist in the world. I feel like a lot of the stuff I make is not very good. I'm gonna be in like winter clothes because I'm in that kind of vibe right now. Like it's just not really been there. And so I've never really made one because I've never felt confident enough with my art to do a sketchbook tour. But for everyone who knows Ninja Ninja OWO, they have inspired me like so much recently. If anyone watches their videos, you know they've been talking a lot about how like freeing their art has been with like doing traditional art and stuff, and I was like, you know what, that's so real and so true. And so I tried to stop putting so much pressure on myself to like make crazy good art and just like making art for the sake of making art. And I feel like it has really not necessarily improved my art. Well, I do think my art has improved. I think it's just generally made me enjoy drawing a lot more, which I think is what I really wanted, I guess. Like I don't necessarily, at least anymore. I used to care so much about having good art and like drawing good and well and stuff. But now I've like completely shifted just like doing art because it's fun. Like I like drawing because I'm having a good time, not because like I need to make it good or because my art is good. Like it's fun because I'm making stuff, and that's like super exciting and really enjoyable. But yeah, I've struggled with doing art for like the last 2 years, and it's been so saddening for me. Like with streaming and everything, I was making a lot of art for like, I guess, stream, because I like kind of like am a half VTuber, half not, and stuff like that. So like I was making a bunch of art for stuff like that, like emotes, but I wasn't making any like personal art, I guess. And like I was just like not fun to make art, to be honest. Like I was not having a good time. I was just constantly bored. I didn't ever really like just I was just not enjoying it, to be honest. Like, I liked how it came out. I actually still really love like a lot of the things I've drawn from that time period. Like, I really do enjoy the things that I've made in that time, but I wasn't in the process of making it was not enjoyable. Like, I was not enjoying the actual process of drawing or sketching or anything. Like, it was just not enjoyable. I felt like everything I was making was horrible. I felt like there was no point just going through it. I was in the depths of despair when it came to drawing. And I feel like that's just not me anymore, for real. Like, I still honestly don't make art as much as I wish I did. I feel like I could be making it more, but that's also another thing, is like, I'm not really forcing myself to make art, I guess. Like, I feel like one big thing is like, I kept feeling like I had to make art. Like, the only way I'm an artist is if I'm actually making art all the time. And I don't necessarily think that's true anymore. I honestly think like, if you like making art and you've made art before, you're an artist. Like, it doesn't matter how long ago you made it. I feel like that's something that like you kind of stays with you, you know? Like, doesn't really matter if you're not constantly making art as long as you've made it before. I think that's what, you know, really makes you an artist. And so changing that mindset to being like that sort of mindset, that made no sense. I'm reiterating exactly what I said, but yeah, just like changing my mindset to be more accepting of the art level that I'm at, what I'm making now. It just like has been really great. And I just don't put pressure on yourself to make art is like my key takeaway when it comes to like why I enjoy making art now, is like there's just not so much pressure on it. I feel like the last few months, honestly, I was putting a little bit of pressure to just make art, but like I knew I didn't want to. Like, in my hardest of hearts, I was like, I'm not gonna enjoy it. Like, I was just super stressed, and so I knew like making art would just add on to that stress at the time. But now I feel like that's not really the case anymore. This is my plant, by the way. That's who she is. Her name is Angelica. She's an angel plant. So that's what I'm doing right now, by the way. What I'm gonna be drawing around me is my plants, because I love them. They all have, I just got off topic, but we're gonna continue down this street. They all have like human names, as I think most things do have human names. But I really love all of their names. Right now I'm drawing my money tree, and she is aptly named Dolores, like dollars, which I think is really stinking cute. I was gonna name her like Koi N, like coin, but it was not. It didn't fit with the rest of my plants, so I decided. And my friend Mirios loved the name Dolores for her, so that's where we are at for her. Like, that's how we got here. Now, my first plant, which I'll draw next, I suppose, was originally unnamed. I was like, I know I want to name her, but I don't know what to name her. Like, I just knew I wanted to give her a name, but I could not, like, for the life of me, figure out what to name her. And I decided, it's like, it'll come to me when it comes to me. And I'll tell you what, it came to me when it came to me. It literally came to me, I'm not even kidding, in a dream. Like, that's so, I'm not joking, no playing around. Whenever I was asleep, in the dream, I called my plant Dolores. And then it was like, wow, okay, I called her Cassandra. I was thinking about Dolores because I'm drawing her. I called her Cassandra, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's her name, I guess. Hooray! So, literally came to me in a dream. But that's how she got her name. Hold on, I'm writing the names next to them so everyone knows. I also want to draw my dog here, so I have to remember to make room for that. I guess this is really just an intro to me, for real. But, yeah, Cassandra was the first plant I ever got that was like a plant I really thought I would take care of. Because I've gotten plants as gifts before. Like, my grandpa used to get me succulents sometimes because he knew I wanted to take care of plants, but I never could. Like, it wasn't something I could ever commit to, and I feel really bad about killing a lot of my succulents. But, like, I just truly was not committed to keeping any plants alive. But I want to say Walmart. I went to Walmart with my grandma, and I was like, oh, I really want this plant. She was like, oh, you should get it because she takes care of a bunch of plants. And she bought it for me, and ever since, Cassandra has been very important to me. She's like my first ever plant, and I just really love her. She is incredibly easy to take care of, which was a big plus because she just is perfect. So I love Cassandra, and I couldn't tell you what kind of plant she is. She's like a vine, but she's beautiful. Let me get her out of the shade. She is really beautiful, and she's been growing. I will tell you what, Dolores has probably grown the most. It used to be like this big. Like, she was not that big at all, and then she's been sprouting. She's really growing a bunch. I'm gonna draw my dog here because I think that'll be cute, and the plant over there. Well, maybe I'll put the plant here. Okay, decided. Okay, this is the second plant I got. So in the order, I got Cassandra, Perla, Dolores, and Angelica. That was the order I've gotten them. I actually stole Angelica from my other grandma, so love that. But when I first got Perla, she was a pretty small plant, I will say. Was not the very biggest plant in the world, but I loved her anyways, and then I just kept watering her as one does with plants, and she just grew. This is honestly like, this is lore accurate to where she is on my highlight. She's honestly about to here. So yeah, honestly, besides like probably her and her, she's bigger, she's smaller. These are pretty lore accurate to this figure here. But now we're gonna draw my doggy. That, I guess this is kind of like an update. This is a great time to yap. I feel like I never have time to yap about myself like this. And I love talking. Okay. No, actually, she's gonna stay just like that. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Okay, anyways. I feel like I never have time to truly yap about myself like this, you know? Like, I talk about what I'm doing, but never about like my life. And I have so many things in my life I like talking about. Like my puppy and my plants. Recently, bro, okay, not to say LeChonk isn't like a cuddle or anything. That's my dog's name. Not that LeChonk isn't like a cuddler or anything, but like she just never like used to like getting super close. Like at times she would, but it was never like a consistent thing. And I really enjoy. I like having the warmth of another animal near me. Like my old dog Buddy, he's a little dachshund. He used to like lay right next to me, and I actually would, I couldn't move because then he would start growling at me. Very toxic relationship, me and that dog. But he was super sweet, and I loved having like body warmth. And now LeChonk has been laying like directly next to me, on top of me. It's so cute, and I love her so bad. So that is my baby girl. She's like, I've told this to my grandma, and she doesn't like when I say this, but I feel like I birthed her from my womb. Like, she's like literally my baby, and I don't know how else to explain it. Cause like, okay, not to say that I didn't love Buddy, because you know, my little dachshund, he was very sweet, and I did love him very much. Like, he was my first dog. Like, he was my dog, you know? And I did love him. I loved him so much. He was so sweet. I cried so much when he died. Like, he really meant a lot to me, but I feel like we didn't have like a spiritual connection, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was not, there was, I didn't feel like a soul tied to that dog, I guess I'll say. I was younger, so maybe I did, but I couldn't really voice that, and by this point, it's been like 7 years. Wow, that's crazy. Anyways, it's been like 7 years since he died, so maybe 6 actually. So, maybe I did, but anyways, like, I just feel so connected to my poor little puppy. She's so sweet, and she is just the cutest thing in the darn world. Like, genuinely don't know how else to describe our connection. Like, we're just like, me and LeChonk, we're like this. I will say, I had this other dog named Pigeon. She was a boxer, and I say it, LeChonk is like a mix. Like, Peaches and Buddy, they met and they like reincarnated. They fused to form LeChonk, because I'm telling you, like, she is like, she's literally them tied together, formed together, and it literally is the most perfect thing in the world. She actually means so much to me. But like, so LeChonk, not LeChonk, Peaches, boxer, Buddy, LeChonk, Buddy, dachshund. I'm having trouble speaking now. And like, if you see her, I feel like she kind of just looked like a mix of like not like a literal mix, but like a metaphysical mix of those two breeds. Like, she's not she's really short, but she's like big. Like she's very round and chunky. That's why we called her Le Chunk. And so, yeah, I think she's like a mix. And even like personality wise, I would honestly say that she's like a very in between ground of what Peaches and Buddy were like. Because I would say they weren't opposites per se, but they were certainly not like the same. They just were not the same. They were very different doggies, which I feel like was not an issue at all. I loved them both. And they existed at the same time. So, but like, she's just like a complete mix of them. This is my Stanley, by the way. Love my Stanley. I would not recommend getting one because they're too expensive for what they are, but I didn't know when I bought it. So, actually, I'll tell that story now. When I went to get my Stanley, I was like, oh my gosh, I need to stop talking. This video's been really long. It's only 15 minutes. Anyways, when I got my Stanley, I was like, okay, I wanted a water bottle, because the water bottle, I still have it and I still use it, but it was just too big to take to school. Like I could not take it to school reason. Like it was just so much bigger and I could not fit it. It's like 64 ounces. And it was just too large. I'll draw it now. It was just too large for me to take to school. And so I just knew I wanted a smaller water bottle, which I will say I did not go into those huge Stanleys because I don't really, no offense to anyone with a huge Stanley, I just don't think they look very cute. I think they're kind of, they just aren't it to me. So, yeah. But anyways, my other water bottle, it's a lot bigger. It's like this much bigger. But yeah. And so I went to a store and I was like, okay, let me look at the freaking water bottle. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this water bottle's so cute, talking about my Stanley. And I was like, okay, this can't be that expensive. Like I couldn't find any price tags anywhere. So I was like, okay, this can't be that expensive. I'll just go and get it. Why was it $32? Oh my gosh, but it was the only thing I was getting. The only reason I went there was to get a water bottle. So I had nothing else. And so she was like, it'll be $32. And I was like, okay. And I tentatively handed her my water bottle. Nope. My grandma's credit card. Thank goodness it was not my own. Paid for the freaking water bottle, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is just too crazy, and I felt so bad for buying it. I do use it every day, so it's like, I've well used the amount I spent, but still, it was just too crazy. It was really too crazy. I got off on a tangent there. I forgot to draw. This is my why am I making that noise? This is my shark baggie. Watch the video if you desire. Actually, I'm surprised that this bag is as good as it is. Like, I thought it was gonna fall apart in like a day, to be honest, and it didn't. It actually lasted me quite long. I think I'm just gonna put like Sketchbook and then a bunch of question marks after it just to fill the space. And then that is where we will end this video. But I'll actually tell a story about my bag while I'm drawing. But basically, I was like, this bag is gonna fall apart. Like, I had no faith in my sewing capabilities. I was like, it's over. It's not happening. Like, this will, without a doubt, fall apart the moment I start using it. And if it falls apart at school, that'll be like the end of me. I'll have to freaking move schools again and retire. Like, I'm gonna have to move schools, I'm gonna have to move countries, like, I have to get out of here if that happens. So, I just didn't use it for like a good week. And then my other bag broke. I don't know why. It's a good backpack. I've never had a bag break on me like that before. And it just broke. Like, not in like a way I could even sew it back together or anything. Like, it broke. It was done for. And so that was the only bag I had. And so I used it. Like, it broke at like 8 p.m. and I was not running to the store at 8 p.m. to go get it. So yeah, it was honestly really perfect. And I don't like how big this is. Like, how small it is, I mean. So yeah, and so I was then forced to use it, and honestly, I love it. It works well. It is definitely like gave me the space that I wanted for said bag. like I was feeling like I was kind of constrained. I do miss the organization. Like I don't have any like inside pockets in my bag, but that's okay. Honestly, it's okay. I honestly don't bring that much to school anymore because obviously last year I had like academic classes, but this year I have like none, so I'm kind of good to go. I'm just gonna classify this as number 2, and I'll classify my other one as number 1. This is like in my I don't know series. This will be like my Anyways, let's just spruce it up a little bit, add some cute bows, and I might come back and color this page later, but here it is. Very cutesy. Okay, anyways, that's my first video. Nope, it's my first sketchbook. This is my first video of this sketchbook. Hooray, hashtag yes queen, queen never cry, if that gives you any reference to when I make this video for anyone watching in the far future. Okay, goodbye everyone. Love you, I suppose. Okay. Also, side tangent, I want to start calling my fans love bugs because I think that's cute. I'm gonna draw a bug. That is you. Also, 100 subscriber specials coming, I promise, please. Believe me, please don't.